Hi, I'm Joe. I'm the president of the Secular Student Alliance at Whitewater, Wisconsin. I'm an atheist and I'm openly secular. I wasn't actually raised religious per se. I was an unpracticing Catholic, but I was lucky enough to have a secular upbringing. Avoiding all the mushy-gushy stuff, I met the love of my life, my girlfriend, and she actually was a part of an independent Christian sect, very extreme from everyone else. Well, in order to be with her, I had to join her particular church. So I did it out of all love. I guess I went through all the lessons, started actually believing everything, and went from being a skeptic back to a believer again. The church that I was going to was very intense on how much you did. They had 2 services that you had to go to at least every week. They took attendance, and if you had to miss that service, you actually had to go somewhere else. They didn't care where, but somewhere else, at least in the country, to make up that church service you missed. But beyond that, tons of Bible studies and tons of one-on-ones with the actual ministers themselves so they can properly teach me. My biggest transition point was actually when my parents started coming into the picture more about my involvement with this church. They thought it was a straight cult. They didn't want me brainwashed. And on top of that, my father was actually studying to become a pastor of a non-denominational Christian church. So I have people from one side saying that these people are wrong, people from the other side saying that the other people are wrong. My transition to actual atheism on my own family side wasn't that bad. My mom kind of was like, well, I guess I could have raised you a little bit better to become not atheist, but she fully accepted me for who I was, and she was very open about it, and I love her for it. My dad just thought I was wrong, but he loved to talk to me about it and never judged me for it. The actual problem was on my girlfriend's side. For years, I actually had to lie and be in the closet and then go to church and just deal with it forever until I actually came out to them. One day, I came out to her parents at her house, and the exact words were, "Well, it was nice knowing you, Joe. Have a good life." And then I got kicked out of the house. As of right now, my girlfriend and I are actually still dating. She's still a theist, but I completely accept her for who she is. She accepts me for who I am. If I would ever have to do anything over again, I would have to say I wouldn't be so aggressive towards my girlfriend. Honestly, when people come out as atheists, they have a lot of animosity towards the religious. And there are times where I would just sit there and say, "This is completely stupid. How can you believe any of this?" and completely trash her own beliefs. When in reality, I didn't even care to think about what her beliefs actually were. So that created a lot of tension that she didn't have to even deal with. With time, things do get a lot better. People come to accept it a lot easier. I guess the biggest thing when it comes to atheism, the best way for people to realize atheists aren't so bad is just to be exposed to atheists for longer periods of time. So with that, even her crazy religious parents, even though they don't like me per se, they're getting better with me.